I'm not trying to offend you guys or anything, but
you will
look at yourselves and ask yourselves: are we relying on science too much? Are we being arrogant?
That's absolute and utter. That's an absolute and utter nonsense. You're trying to denigrate science in order to bolster faith.
No.
Hang on. You are believing in something without any rational evidence, without any good reason to do so, and yet, in order to prop that up, you're willing to say, aren't you relying on science a little too much? In order to say you're relying on science a little too much, you first need to demonstrate that there is some better way of knowing. That's what this is all about, is a way to figure out and understand reality. And so far, science, the scientific method, the building of scientific models, has been the single most consistent, reliable method for discerning the difference between fact and fiction that we've ever come across. Nobody's suggested a possible better way to find the truth. All people do is hypothesize and claim divine revelation, personal experience, blind faith. These aren't ways to the truth. These are trappings. These are ways to believe what you want to believe. And until you can demonstrate that there's some better way of determining reality from non-reality than science, then your argument or your claim that maybe we're relying on science too much is patently absurd. And it's only made in order to bolster up the idea that you're not completely silly for relying on things for pure faith reasons. And in fact, you are. And I don't mean that in an insulting way, although it will be, and it's fair, because, you kind of did the same thing a second ago. I'm just saying that believe things for good reasons. Care about whether or not your beliefs are most likely true, more probably true. If you is there anything that's more likely to give us a correct answer than science?
Catholics, which I was until I reached the age of reason,